penalty goal. Unsuccessful with his first attempt on the quarterway. 8 metres in from the touchline. That looks better. Over! Great kick from the Eastern Suburbs halfback. Wayne Lindenberg draws first blood for the Tigers. You're watching Sevens Big League of the 1978 Rugby League Grand Final. 7 minutes gone. It's 2 Valleys 0. Strudwick tries one on the other side of the ground. Brad Backer. Just outside his own quarterway. Penalty going to Fortitude Valley for Ian.
Well, the ball hadn't come clear of the play the ball ruck, and he put his hand down on to give it a bit of a pushback, and because that's illegal by the laws of the game. The ball's got to come clear before any player can handle it, and in this case that didn't happen. So Valley's actually getting their first penalty of the match, and actual fact, with scrums going 3-1, penalties 3-1 and scrums 2-0, that one might say it's the first possession Valley's have had in the match.
Valley's usually starting with a fairly high mistake rate. Today it's Eastern Suburbs.
Well, yes, it has been Eastern Suburbs. We saw them do this under pressure against Redcliffe a little bit. They made the same types of mistakes, but meantime, during that game, Valleys were making mad mistakes also. But today, as Ian has just pointed out, they haven't touched the ball really. And their defence, up until when they let Lindenberg through in that beautiful run, has been quite impeccable. But by Jove, they don't want to crack up like that too often. There's Callis. He's had, well, looks like 2 mistakes, and the game's only 9 minutes old. You won't want to make too many more.
A lot of pressure on this young fellow, number 5 for the Fortitude Valley boys. McNeil on the quarterway, getting plenty of assistance, and it could get there. It does. Oh, a bit wobbly. A bit wobbly, but first points to the Gladiators. 2-all. Penalty kick.
Five for Valleys, 7.
Very hot day. I'd say the temperature's got to be around 25, 26. And it's pretty hot in the centre. Lindenberg, a high one. McGuinness is there, and so is McLeod. McLeod with the ball, tackled by Des Morris.
First time Valleys have had the ball. We'll see what they can do, George. They don't get a chance to do anything, but gain a few very precious metres with this penalty.
Des Morris complaining that the Valley player, John McLeod, was holding him down. But Eddie Ward not having any of that. A mistake from Mills. Doesn't go out. Not good. Roger Kuhn.
Not good. That's a disaster.
Oh, you beautiful.
Johnson.
I saw you too, Trevor Johnson, he said. 6 to go indicated. Played up with the foot. Johnny Abbott almost makes the break. Gives it back to Rod Morris. Good football. Morris looks for Lang, but Lang's covered. Rod Morris. 8 metres inside Fortitude Valley half. Lang at dummy half. Holborn. Cut to Bruce McLeod standing wide. Has a run. Under the legs goes this time Johnson. Not around the top. Alan Curry from dummy half. Has a run. Just to McGuinness. McGuinness and Strudwick the tacklers. 20 metres inside Fortitude Valley territory. Des Morris, the top Tiger, straightening up. Almost gets through. Looking for support now, but no one running onto it. Last tackle coming up, a quick play the ball. Johnny Lang. Lang dummies his way through. Well done to Payne. Mark Payne. Payne bumps off one. Back to Lang. And it goes to Brad Backer. Backer pulled down. That was a 6 tackle and a scrum to pack. 10 metres from the Valley line.
Oh, what a beautiful dummy from Lang. Stood them up and through the gap, and they're looking dangerous, these.
Well, they've cracked them twice, Mick.
Yes, and that's only in 11 minutes, George.
Ball in by Strudwick. East ball, 3 scrums straight, is that right?
Yep, 3-0.
A chance for Eastern Suburbs now, 2-all to score. 11 minutes of play gone. Frank Roddy, Mark Payne to Roger Kuhn. Kuhn to Callis. Can Callis make up for a couple of mistakes? Pulled down by McNeil. Great defence from Vic Whelan on Roger Kuhn. He is SICK, I can tell you. John Abbott. Abbott fires it back to Rod Morris. East applying the pressure. 3 left in this lot of 6. 2-all to score. After a try, there's room out there if they move it. Now it goes to Morris, straighten up again. Into Wally Lewis. 10 metres out, 2 left in this lot of 6. Bruce McLeod, Greg Holborn, Holborn to Lindenberg, Lindenberg, away goes Lindenberg, fires it back to Curry, Curry inside the Holborn, Holborn towards the line to Roddy Morris, he's over!
Beautiful stuff. They really had to work hard to do it. You see a front rower coming onto the burst and coming against the run of the play. Valleys just didn't have any answer. I think there were 2 or 3 in front of him, but they may as well have been sitting in the grandstand or up here with us. No chance of stopping him. Valleys with the ball, without the ball, can't do a thing. Great work, Eastern Suburbs.
Gee, they look good, don't they? There's Rod Morris, and Rod Morris obviously sweating on a green and gold jersey for a couple of months in Great Britain, Mick, and the Kangaroo side.
Yes, he's halfway there, George.
I think he is. Russ Strudwick really laying down the law to the Gladiators, the diehards, behind the line, but it's pretty hard to stop that kind of football.
Well, they haven't had the ball, so they can't do anything. But
Lindenberg's
he's missed it.
No goal. East have scored the first try in the 1978 Grand Final. A great try it was too. Eastern Suburbs 5, Valleys 2. 13 minutes of play gone. You're watching Sevens Big League. Valleys to try and get back in this game. They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination, but a try can do wonderful things to a team in a grand final. Roger Kuhn. Trevor Johnson doing a lot of tackling for Fortitude Valley, Mick.
Yes, he's in the forefront.
Alan Curry.
They're taking them on in the forwards and making great inroads up the middle.
There's Morris's plans working so far. Lindenberg almost gets through. Tackle this time by Wally Lewis. Out it goes to Johnny Lang. Lang fires it to Johnny Abbott. Abbott to the halfway. McGuinness comes on him and puts him down, makes sure of it. A couple of metres short of halfway. Johnny Lang sneaks the blind side. Still going. Gains 10 metres. Last tackle coming up. Will they try a kick or will they run it? Des Morris wants it in a hurry anyway. Lindenberg dummies to Morris, gives it to Bruce McLeod. Out to Holborn. Holborn fires out to Frank Roddy. Roddy at the mark, Payne with room to move. Room to move into Callis. He's dropped it. You're offside. You're offside, Greg. No, what did he rule? A knock on.
Play for knock on in this case. He quite possibly could have given the penalty there, but he's decided to play this scrum for the knock on.
Scrum still favouring East 3-0. Ball in by Strudwick. And that's 4-0. Lindenberg, Curry in slow motion. Gets it away to Roddy. Well done. Payne with room to move again. Wally Lewis. Beautiful tackle, Wally Lewis.
Covered that gap beautifully.
A real lock forward.
Whelan wasn't making much impression in gaining.
Des Morris. Brad Backer with it, into touch. Well, they can't keep this pace up in this heat, can they, Mick?
Well, I'm sure they can. If they keep winning the ball, George, they can just dictate the speed and that which they want to run at. Quite simple. So Valleys must win a scrum, surely.
Well, there's a loose arm there from Johnson this time, so he's got a chance. Yes, he's won one.
Oh!
And they've lost it. Oh, will not be happy with that lot. Colburn's ball. No, have a scrum, says Eddie Ward. Well, we'll see if he drops it again. Yes, another loose arm from Johnson. And another scrum to Valley. So we better keep it up, Mick, I think. It's the only way he's going to get him by the look of it.
Actually, 3 scrums back. I'm sure that Strudwick put it in front of the lock and Lang still won it.
Alan Mills on his own quarterway. Gerard Fitzpatrick. Trevor Johnson. Johnson tries the ruck.
Valley's looking disorganised.
No room there at this stage. Mills, the dummy half. Ross Strudwick. Peter McWhirter, one of the danger men. McWhirter held on to. Back slam by Greg Holborn. Just outside his own quarterway, McGuinness. Strudwick. Wally Lewis. Lewis beats one. 20 metres from the halfway line. East leading Valleys by 5 points to 2. You're watching Sevens Big League of the 1978 Grand Final from Lang Park, Brisbane. Gerard Fitzpatrick on the last tackle. Strudwick a dummy half. Johnson doesn't want to do with it. McWhirter has to run. Tackles. Full replay of this game on Wednesday night again. If you're a rugby league fanatic, 10:30 on Channel 7. Full replay, hour and a half. The whole game, the 1978 Rugby League Grand Final, 10:30 Wednesday night. Eddie Ward having trouble with this scrum. What would he be saying, Ian?
Well, he's obviously trying to get them to settle down, but I think John Lang's such a fierce competitor. He lost 2 in a row, and he'd do anything to win the scrums.
Well, he's won that one. There's a bit of a little pushing and shoving match going on there, but there's nothing, no problems. Frank Roddy in a bit of trouble. Finally takes the tackle, 20 metres inside Fortitude Valley territory. Johnny Callis from dummy half, trying to get his legs moving, but can't. John Lang. Des Morris. Dummies to Lang. Straight through goes Des Morris. Couldn't get both hands to the ball. Plays it now. Holborn. Now it goes to John Abbott. Abbott inside the quarterway. Couldn't get the pass away. Only by a couple of metres. East dangerous from here. Leading by 5 points to 2. Wayne Lindenberg. Lindenberg to Holborn. Holborn, a good-looking kick. Through goes Mark Payne. Mills is there. Down it comes. Curry's got it. Alan Curry. He's lost it. Mills is after it. Has it. Kenny Randall Kenny. Tackle on the quarterway.
Oh, that could have been an East try again.
Pull.
I don't know how he dropped it, quite frankly.
East
Curry.
ball. Play on. Alan Curry making up for his mistake, Mick. Oh, they're keen, aren't they? Lindenberg. Late tackled. Oh, and 6 to go, but a knock on. 6 to go and a knock on. The correct decision, Ian?
Yes, definitely knocked it. I was watching that one through the glasses. Probably McQuirter might have been a bit lucky for not being penalised for being in front of him.
Scrum right on the Valley quarterway. Scrum's going east way, 5-2. Just on 18 minutes of play gone first half. Lindenberg with the ball. Gives it now to Holborn. Out it goes to Roddy. They're making the man over. Out it goes to Payne. A bad pass. But dived on for Valley by Peter McQuirter. They had the man over.
Oh, that's shocking football from East. Fundamentally, it went wrong completely. Valley's very lucky. East letting them off the hook time and time again.
Tom Duggan, 10 metres from halfway. Strudwick. Valleys need a try. Alistair McGuinness. Oh, a bumping run. Gives it back to Zillman. Zillman to Johnson. Strudwick. There's men over now. Johnny McLeod. McLeod hangs on. Had to. Men all over him. McLeod about 3 metres short of halfway. McQuirter. Wally Lewis. What can Lewis do? Gives it back. Well done, son. Strudwick. Svensson. Strong running winger. Last tackle on the scrum to Pat.
Well, they're copping a few knocks and bumps in back play and laying about the ground, but they seem to be getting up again. The heat wouldn't be helping them much in that direction.
Lindenberg seems to have weathered the first 20 minutes okay from that virus, Mick.
No, I think he ran away from it the first time he ran through. Beautifully done.
Ross Strudwick.
3 scrums to Valleys.
Can Valley score? They need a try. Down by 5 points to 2. A men over now. Vic Whelan has Neil in support. Well done, Whelan! Hey, yes! A great try! What a try! Oh, beautiful. 5 all.
Oh, superb stuff. And I tell you what, I thought Whelan had made a terrible mistake when he hung on, because I thought the kid, McNeil, was going to overrun him. He was stopping and waiting for the pass, and I didn't think Whelan was ever going to give it to him, but he knew what he was doing. Valley's back in the game with the one they needed.
Oh, that was a great run from Vic Whelan. That's one of the best movements I've seen from a centre three-quarter this whole season.
I tell you what, I thought he left it too late to unload George for a while, but he drew them all in superbly and then went bang.
Neil couldn't believe his good fortune.
No one there.
All he could see was the crowd in front of him.
No one
Not
between.
a player in sight. Not a player in sight.
Looking for Roger Kewen, but he'd already been sucked in by Whelan. Lovely stuff.
Oh, that was a great try.
There's Whelan.
We're going to have trouble picking that frisky try of the year, pal.
Well, if they keep this up.
Now it's Des Morris's turn to castigate a few players. But that try was a great piece of centre three-quarter work. There's no two ways about that.
Yeah, be as good as you'd see.
As good as you'll see, you're right. 5 all, the 1978 Rugby League Grand Final from Lang Park, Brisbane. 21 minutes of play gone. Neil trying to convert his own try. From the sideline. No goal. No goal. What a great game so far. Really great grand final stuff. Eastern Suburbs and Fortitude Valley. 5-all. 21.5 minutes play gone first half.
These must certainly soon start to crack values. Winning scrums 2-1. And the penalties are going each way 3-2 at present.
John McLeod for Fortitude Valley. Tom Duggan. The diehards. Mark Zillman. John McLeod. Commonly known as Mad John McLeod, Nick. I wonder why. Hey?
Yes, he keeps going.
Big Alistair.
Stopping. No good.
Zillman. Strudwick. Lewis. Fitzpatrick over the top, picked up by Mills miraculously. And he spins around and away he goes. Just inside Eastern Suburbs half by a metre or so. Strudwick back the other way to Duggan. Well done, there's a man over again. Whelan into Zillman, out to Neil. Good football, Fortitude Valley. Watch it.
Tom Duggan was going to
take Bruce McLeod's head off.
Oh, well, he was just protecting Hello inside the 5 metres, and Albin says, we were not. The ball hit the ground. But the penalty's been given.
These rucks of East have been getting a little tight in the last 5 or 10 minutes, and obviously referee Ward has decided he's got to take a little bit extra control over the rucks, and obviously a penalty in front of the post is going to be a very hard lesson for East, and they're going to probably pay for it.
Is that what you...
Is that
the way you work, is it? No, I mean that sincerely. In other words, if the referee is continually telling them to get back, and they don't, does he wait till they get to a position whereby he can penalise him before he does it?
Well, I think if you get to a situation where you give the penalty where it hurts most, I think the lesson's going to be learnt and remembered a lot better than if you gave a penalty in a position which wasn't going to be of tremendous advantage.
Well, I don't agree with that. I reckon if they're in, then you should penalise them, and you'd never really teach players a lesson because they're psyched up to disobey the referee at every opportunity and do it until you don't get away with it. And then start doing it again. Truly, that's how you're coached, so I presume they'll be slipping up inside the 5 metres once again. Oh, he's missed that one, hasn't he?
Oh, yes, he's missed it. Oh, could be a very costly mistake. Neil.
Didn't look as though he was ever going to get it by the look of it, as soon as it hit.
No, it's still 5-all. Lindenberg from the quarterway. Down to Alan Mills. Ian Smith, our co-commentator for the day, and can make those kind of comments now, Ian, because you've retired anyway.
That's right.
Might not have made them had he have been whistling next year. Tom Duggan. Duggan given a don't argue by Bruce McLeod. Good competitor, McLeod.
It's getting better too, George. Yeah.
Tom Duggan, John McLeod, Mad McLeod, still standing in the tackle. Zillman, Mark Zillman. A metre or so inside Eastern Suburbs territory. 5-all the score. 23 minutes of play gone in the first half. Strudwick, little kick up. McQuirter's out for it. Lindenberg's there. Knocked down. Strudwick has it. 6 to go indicated. 6 to go indicated. Lindenberg's hurt himself. Strudwick plays on. Fires inside to McQuirter. McQuirter on the quarterway. Valley's to apply pressure now. 5-all the score. Valley's with the ball, just on the Eastern Suburbs quarterway. Played out by Morris. He's lost it, so 6 to go. Or who's got it?
And Strudwick, I thought, did have it, but no.
East ball, Abbott. A judge that Abbott's got the ball. Morris tries the blind side. Whelan and Duggan, the tacklers. John Abbott this time. Bruce McLeod. McLeod almost through. Round the legs went Johnson. John Lang. Lang also from dummy half. Up to halfway now. Strudwick the tackler. Alan Curry at dummy half. Curry, Lindenberg, back the other way. Dummies. Just to Strudwick. Strudwick and McGuinness. Make sure he doesn't get too much further. Last tackle coming up. Johnny Lang. Rod Morris. Morris takes on Alistair McGuinness. They hang on to each other and down he goes. Nothing in it, Mick.
Not now, there isn't. East had the advantage before, but they've lost it with that, well, mistake of not being able to finish off the movements when the opportunity arose. But they've got a scrum. Let's see what they can do from here.
East ball. Callis is limping. Callis will go off in a minute, and McDonald will come on. Callis is injured for Eastern Suburbs. McDonald on the sideline. Curry with the ball now. Des Morris. Morris up the forwards again. Just outside the quarterway. Can Eastern Suburbs score now?
Stacey's warming up, George.
Stacey and McDonald, Mick, both of them. So we'll see who comes on. Rod Morris scored their first try. Back to Johnny Lang. Lang to Lindenberg. Lindenberg, dummy, steps. Look at him go. Through the gap. Beautifully done. Frank Roddy. Pull down. Oh, Lindenberg dancing magic feet on that occasion. Last tackle coming up. Will he put it up? No, out it goes to Holman. Holman tries to step and wrong foot him, but held onto by Strudwick and put down. Has the change been made? Yes. McDonald's on.
Stacey went back to the bench.
What numbers he got on?
Can't see from here. Something 2, is it?
He's
no,
not even,
19.
He's not even listed in the reserves. 19 supposed to be Steve Farquhar.
Well, that's not
Steve. I can tell you it's Peter McDonald. East ball. Can they score? Greg Holden. 5 left in this lot of 6. East 5, Valley 5, with about 12 minutes of play remaining before half-time. Frank Roddy. Roger Kuhn from fullback. Kuhn covers up and down he goes just inside the quarterway. 4 left in this lot of 6. Out it goes. Frank Roddy. Roddy up the centre. About 12 metres from scoring Eastern Suburbs. 5 all to score. The 1978 Rugby League Grand Final in Lang Park, Brisbane. What a tackle.
Great tackle. Tom Duggan underneath.
Duggan on Rod Morris. 10 metres out. Des Morris. Morris dummies 1. Still 10 metres out. Last tackle coming up. Holben at dummy half. Lindenberg calling for it. Holben. Lindenberg. Tries the blind side. Alan Curry. Curry will run into McDonald, number 19. McDonald put down.
Well, top defence to Valleys so far in the game. East, on a couple of occasions, have frittered away their chances, but they're bad income hammering Valleys. How long they can last down here, I don't know, but they've won this scrum.
His name's Jeff McDonald, isn't it? Not Peter.
Knock on there.
Ian.
Well, that was right. He came from offside, but
how about the knock on?
Yes
or no?
No, Ian wasn't watching.
Oh.
But certainly was a knock on. Was knocked down, an intercept, and
quick thinking from who to get the penalty. Mick, who? I was watching what Ian was going to say. Who got up real quick? And
I thought it might have been Rod Morris or Lindenberg.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
Jeff McDonald is number 19, and a very, very accomplished goal kicker. So we'll see what he can do.
Everyone knows that when you buy from the...
Certainly we've seen Nace by to a fifth come into it, and referee Ward is controlling this game exceptionally well. His positional refereeing is first class, and I think this has probably contributed to the control he's had over this game.
There he is, Eddie Ward, Australian referee. Jeff McDonald, and he makes a botch of that one. No goal. No goal, so it's still 5 all.
Oh, what a great
Whelan.
run from Whelan, George.
Oh, he's still going. Not anymore. Oh, he's really fired up, isn't he?
Powerful runs.
So Eastern Suburbs and Fortitude Valley have both had a chance to break this 5 all deadlock with penalty kicks, but Mick Neal and Jeff McDonald both unsuccessful. Ross Strudwick, Peter McWhirter, Alistair McGuinness. McGuinness back to Strudwick. McWhirter tries the middle. John Lang's got hold of him.
Good defence from Eastern Suburbs.
10 metres from their own line, Valleys. Alan Mills shapes the kick past Morris, up the middle of the ruck. Alan Curry dives at him and pulls him down. Last tackle coming up, Tom Duggan. Back to Ross Strudwick. Strudwick, his men over. Zillman. John McLeod. McLeod, ball in both hands. Looking for support, but no one to run off him. Last tackle, a scrum to pack, also into touch. How are those scrums?
7-3 East Way at present. And the penalties are 4-3 East Way.
5 all to score. Another penalty going to East.
Well, I think it was inevitable that was going to happen, that penalty, because Hooker Johnson's been packing every scrum with a loose arm quite noticeably from our side, and once again the scrum has collapsed and he's been penalised.
Trevor Johnson, the Valley number 12, trying every little trick he knows in the book to try and get some scrum possession. But this time...
he needs a bit of help from those front rowers, George. He should never be let fall. They should be hanging on to him grim death. But they're youngsters, I suppose. They'll gradually mature. There's Johnson, and on his left,
Mark Zillman.
yes, the young fella who I've been, well, giving a quiet little bake to. He's only young, and he is not firing as yet like I can think that he can fire. He's a big fellow, and I think he's let himself slip out of condition a bit. Even though this is the end of the season, he hasn't been doing enough on his own to keep where he should be in the fitness side of it. And there's Al McGuinness. What's his nickname, George?
This Big Al, is it?
Is it? I thought it might have been Lurch or something ugly like that.
McDonald with a much more difficult kick. Is it going to drop over? No. No goal. So Jeff McDonald, unsuccessful with his first two kicks at goal. And the score is still 5-all. Tom Duggan.
Well, we haven't seen Valleys out of their quarter for much, have we, at this particular half so far?
Mark Zillman. Zillman crunched into the ground. Strudwick. Left foot kick. Over Backer's head and into touch. Well, I don't know whether that's good or bad with the scrums against you 7-3. What do you reckon?
Well, they've been pinned down there, George. I think he's getting a bit frustrated and desperate to get out of the joint and can't. Let's see what happens.
Very critical stage of the game. 7 minutes of play remaining in the first half. And Eastern Valley's locked at 5. All away goes Backer. Brad Backer inside a DJ Morris. Morris struggling towards the line. And lost the ball.
Oh dear, he'll go mad. Somebody should have been there.
Gerard Fitzpatrick.
Yes, well, he was there, but the wrong coloured Guernsey, George.
Tommy Duggan. Duggan dived that by Curry. A couple of metres inside his own quarter. Zillman on the blind side. Doing a lot more work than he has done in the previous two semi-finals.
Yes, he is, but not doing it the right way just at present.
Alan Mills shapes the kick. Does. Into open spaces. Makes Kuhn run a little bit, or run a lot. Kuhn with the ball. Confronted by John McLeod. Can't get past McLeod.
He got him. I didn't even have any chance of getting hold of... Hello, he's got Backer as well. Didn't think he had any chance of doing that.
John Abbott. Abbott yet to make one of his nice clean breaks that we know he can make. Rod Morris. 10 metres inside Fortitude Valley territory. Time ticking away in the first half. Critical stage of the game, as I said before. 5 minutes of play remaining. Either side with a try in this next 5 minutes. Tremendous advantage for the second half. Last goal coming up. Lindenberg. Dummies one. Gets it inside. Oh, great football, Lindenberg. Rod Morris. Rod Morris couldn't flick it to Roger Kuhn. And a scrum to pack for the last tackle.
The best I have seen Lindenberg play with the ball, George. He's holding it up, making the opposition stop, and oh, that's superb stuff, and he's got a port pack for England, I'd say.
Since last year's grand final, Mickey did the same thing.
That's right, hello, they've won a scrum.
East ball, Strudwick. Tackled by Lindenberg. Lost the ball, East ball. Holman getting a bit of Lang Park turf. Penalty. Oh, well done, Greg Holman. Wasn't going to fall over, but thought he'd better. Just to see if he could get a penalty out of it. Des Morris plays on. Johnny Lang. Lang to Frank Roddy. Out to Jeff McDonald. McDonald gets to McNeil. Neil puts him down with help from John McLeod. Each with the ball. 4 minutes of play remaining first half. And it's 5-all. The 78 grand final in the balance. And you're watching Sevens Big League from Lang Park. John Abbott. Abbott straightening up. Gives it down to Kuhn on the bus. No. 4 metres inside Fortitude Valley territory.
He was gone then if he stood up.
Can he score? That's right. Can he score? Frank Roddy. Roddy holds it up. Rostrelli doesn't fall for it. Roddy just inside the Valley quarterway. Valleys are going to have to tackle. East after a try before half-time. Bruce McLeod, that was almost forward.
Very close.
Lindenberg, dummies again. Gets the ball back, but it's a Valley ball, knock on. Knock on ruled. McGuinness and... oh, hold it, boys.
Yes, it's hold me back and let me at him. Nothing
McGuinness
of that.
And, who was that? McGuinness and Morris.
Rod Morris, yeah.
Vital scrum. Can Valleys win this one when they want it? Yes, they can. Alan Mills on the blind side. Curry across in cover. Misses him. Has Neil in support. Neil tackled.
Oh, positioned himself beautifully and quickly, McNeil, and didn't he, George?
Well done. Playing very well. Valleys' chance to score before half-time. 3 minutes of play remaining first half. Neil again in perfect position. Having a blinder. Eastern Valleys, 5 all. 5 all with 3 minutes of play remaining in the first half. The Valley crowd getting excited now. Peter McWhirter. McWhirter tries to hit one over the top. Can't do so. Just inside Eastern Suburbs territory. The 78 grand final from Lang Park. You're watching Sevens Big League. Ross Strudwick. Oh, Alan Curry.
Oh, well, it was a reflex action.
Woo.
Rothman's gold medalist wouldn't be doing things like that.
You're joking. Fitzpatrick loses it. Frank Roddy attempted to punch it forward, and what happened, Ian? Did you see it?
Yeah, I think it was just the way Roddy landed. I think he attempted to punch it forward, and as he fell rather awkwardly, and seems to have injured himself.
Curry moving to the centres for this scrum. Scrum just inside Eastern Suburbs territory. Scrum's favouring East. 7-5 now. Johnson's won a couple late in this first half. 7-6. Valley's ball. Wally Lewis on the blind side. Can Valley score? 5 all. Half-time approaching. Alan Mills, a danger man. Put down by Wayne Lindenberg.
He dropped the ball in too, I think.
Did he?
Yeah, unsighted by the referee.
John McLeod. McLeod having a run. Crossfield, Lang underneath. Colburn over the top. Up gets McLeod. Strudwick to Zillman. Abbott this time underneath and Curry over the top. 1 try and 1 goal to each side. Half-time about 2 minutes away. Strudwick. McWhirter. Put down right on halfway. Last tackle coming up.
Painfully slow today, McWhirter, George.
Strudwick. Fitzpatrick. Gets away from McLeod. Gets away from Des Morris. Gives it to McWhirter.
And ran straight back into where he came from. McWhirter is not a fit boy. There he is.
Certainly having the worst game I've seen McWhirter play in these semi-final series, and not only is he playing rather badly, he's given away a couple of silly penalties.
7 all the scrums. The Valleys have won the last 4 straight. Can they score before half-time? 1 minute of play remaining before half-time. Eastern Valleys 5 all. The 78 grand final from Lang Park through Sevens Big League. Jared Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick can't get away. Into Whelan. The big fellow. Still going. Towards the quarterway. Trevor Johnson. Johnson fires it back to Zillman. Zillman sees the gap. Straightens up on the quarterway. Pull down. 5 all.
Not running strong enough, the lad, mateys.
Ken Valley score. Zillman to play it back. Out it goes. Tom Duggan. Long one to Strudwick. He's dropped it. Knock on rule. Another scrum to pack. Half-time Hooters gone. No scrum to pack. No scrum to pack. And at half-time, the 1978 Rugby League Grand Final from Lang Park. Fortitude Valleys and Eastern Suburbs. 5 all. Takes the kick off. No changes to either side during the half-time break. McLeod pulled down. John McLeod 15 metres inside his own territory. Only 1 change in the first half. That was Jeff McDonald. Replaced John Callis on the wing for Eastern Suburbs. 5 all, the half-time score. Half-time scrums was 7 all.
On my count, 9-7 on Ian Smith's count.
And the half-time penalties favoured East, 5-3 on Mick's count. And 6-3 on Ian Smith's count. So we won't have a blue about that lot.
Oh, that was nearly forward, that one.
And Lindenberg seems to have shaken off that virus he was supposed to have had, Mick.
Well, he ran away from it, I think, in that first gallant run of his. I think they'd use him until he really became fag.
They'd have to, because they haven't got another halfback in the reserves, really. Lindenberg, oh, picked up by Johnny Abbott. 5 all. Rod Morris, straight up the middle of the ruck, Morris. On the Valley quarterway. Eastern Suburbs down in the scoring zone very early in the second half. Only about a minute old. 5 all to score. A very crucial stage of the game. Des Morris bumping his way through. 15 metres from scoring. The first try scored in the second half is going to have a very big bearing on this grand final. Lindenberg trying to dance his way through, can't do so. A couple of metres inside the quarterway. Greg Holborn from dummy half to Alan Curry. Curry puts a Terry Randall type bomb up. It'll come down with snow on it. Wally Lewis drops it. Oh, it's knocked on by Eastern Suburbs. Knock on. Oh.
They were lucky to escape that one, and that was a correct decision. Curry's wondering why he didn't get awarded the try, but East knocked it on. And what a pity, it was Frank Roddy that didn't drop on it.
First scrum of the second half. 5 metres from Valley line. Ball in by Ross Strudwick. Johnson and Lang both trying to get down. Now they're down. And East ball out the same tunnel. From the scrum, locked in there. Penalty goes to Eastern Suburbs.
Once again, that loose arm of Trevor Johnson has caused a penalty to be given to East, and once again in very easy kicking distance, and Valleys can't afford to continue to give these sort of penalties away, because very shortly East are going to start kicking goals. Second half is only 2.5 minutes old, and a simple shot at goal for Jeff McDonald. He should not miss this one. I would be inclined to give this one to Lindenberg. He is deadly from there.
Never known to miss one from there. Yeah.
Actually, one of the features of the game so far has been the poor goal kicking.
Correct. Lindenberg 1 out of 3. McDonald 1 out of 2. And Neil 1 out of 4. In comes McDonald. He makes sure of that one. Jeff McDonald kicks the first penalty of the second half. Eastern Suburbs regain the lead in the 1978 Rugby League Grand Final from Lang Park. The second half is only 3 minutes old, and East leading Valleys by 7 points to 0. East 7, Valleys 0. Neil to restart play. Alan Curry. Underneath goes McLeod. He's playing well, isn't he?
That was a beautiful tackle. Curry was in full flight.
Did I say 7-0? 7-5. Sorry about that for all you Valley supporters. You wouldn't miss again. Push it on me for that one, Rick. 7-5. East 7, Valleys 5. Lindenberg, Holman, Roddy. Lindenberg. Now to Kuhn. Kuhn goes inside to Curry. Curry inside to Rod Morris. Rod Morris inside to Johnny Lang. Great football. Eastern Suburbs. Last tackle coming up. Lang to play the ball when he can. Lindenberg switching it now. Oh, loses it. Gets it back.
Well, they look good when they run. There's Lindenberg. He's supposed to be very ill. Tell you what, imagine how he'd be going if he was fit, George.
Ball in by Strudwick. Scrum screwing right around. Right around. Eddie Ward says we'll try another one. It's a knock-on. Correct, Ian?
Well, I don't know. I think he'd already decided before the knock-on that he was going to repack it, because the ball certainly didn't come out very cleanly.
Ball in by Strudwick. Penalty going to Valleys. Ian?
Yes, this is coming straight off Hooker Lang's foot. He had his foot right across. Strudwick was given nowhere to put the ball. It's come straight off Lang's foot, and the penalty, of course, has gone to Valleys.
Alan Mills finds touch this time. Svensson to restart play. Usually runs himself and runs hard. Gains 10 metres. Mark Zillman. Zillman 11 metres inside Eastern Suburbs territory. Each lead by 7 points to 5. The first try in the second half, very vital. Tom Duggan. Duggan through the gap, and away he goes. Has McLeod inside, but the pass goes over his head. Picked up by Fitzpatrick to Vic Whelan. Whelan missed, and goes to close over. Oh! Oh! Oh!
Well, what a lovely run from Tom Duggan to start it off. He had McLeod in support, but it was a shocking pass from Duggan to McLeod. Couldn't pick it up. And Fitzpatrick coming along, slowed down, and top marks to the old fellow Fitzpatrick. Eased right off. Didn't try and pick it up on the burst. And didn't he fire it at will? And he nearly knocked his rib cage into the middle of the Frank Burke stand over there. And I thought, if he hasn't knocked the wind out of him, he might be a chance to score, George. Well, he's done it. That was a strong finish.
That's scoring enough. Actually, as you said, the pass was bad, but it turned out good.
Well, it opened them up a bit. East, there was about 5 of them went past that pass,
Trying to cover defend onto Tom Duggan. Who was it? McLeod they were trying to get hold of, and they overrun it.
What a big game from Whelan.
Oh, yes. Every time he's touched the ball, he's gone kazunk, kazunk.
He's built like one of them D9
Tractors we always talk about, yes.
Well, are we going to see a second half Valleys again? This is what their form's been in the last round of fixtures, and certainly through the final series.
That's
But
right.
they come back in the second half and they've done it again, or they're starting again.
Not called the diehards for nothing, Ian, are they?
Well, they've obviously earned the reputation and they're continuing in the right spirit.
Very difficult kick for the young fellow Neil. 8-7, nothing in it. It might sneak over. No, it's going wide. No goal. So young Michael Neil, without his good goal-kicking boots this afternoon at Lang Park. We've had just on 8 minutes of play in this, the second half of the 1978 Grand Final from Lang Park. Valleys have scored 2 tries to 1 and now lead by 8 points to 7. Valleys 8, East 7. You're watching 7's big lead.
well, one, he made a mistake, but two, he covered it beautifully.
Valley's too slow. He didn't even give them a chance to regain it.
Ball in by Strudwick. Scrum screwing right around again. And you would have seen that on your screen. Trevor Johnson completely out of the scrum and kicking the ball back in.
Certainly developed into a shambles, that scrum.
East ball this time. Lindenberg. Tackled by Wally Lewis. Can Eastern Suburbs come back?
That's their first scrum in this second half.
2 tries to 1 against him. Holman gets the pass. Frank Roddy with a gap a mile wide. Indecision and takes the tackle. Eastern Suburbs inside the Valley quarterway. Can they score from here? Alan Kamikaze Curry. Oh, what about that lot?
Phil McWhirter, wasn't it?
Yes, no, it was Tommy
Yes.
Duggan and McWhirter.
Oh.
Both of them. Lindenberg. Now to Holman. Settling things down. Gives it back to big Bruce McLeod, steaming onto it. 10 metres out. Valleys lead by 8 points to 7. Can Eastern Suburbs score? Mark Payne. Lindenberg shapes the kick. Decides to run. Oh, great pass to Abbott. The Kieran, he's lost it. Valley ball. Now a knock-on rule.
East must have regained. Great work, Alan Curry, to get it back again.
Yes, Sir Alan Curry knocked that on. It was very close, actually, but he certainly did knock it on as he tried to pick it up.
By Jove, they're putting a bit of pressure on Valleys at present, though.
Valley ball from the scrum. Wally Lewis. Lewis 8 metres from his own line. Neil from dummy half. Having a run.
They're not doing a bad job of it for a lightweight.
Trevor Johnson to distribute. Strudwick. McLeod. Johnson again. Strudwick. McWhirter. Peter McWhirter. Tackled by Roddy and Lang. Strudwick from dummy half. Runs into Eddie Ward. Last tackle coming up. Des Morris trying to tackle Eddie Ward. Trevor Johnson. Tom Duggan. Gerard Fitzpatrick. Vic Whelan again. Not this time. Mark Payne around his legs. Scrum to pack. 20 metres inside Fortitude Valley territory. 11 minutes of play gone in the second half of the 1978 Grand Final. Valleys have scored 2 tries to 1 and lead by 8 points to 7. Nothing in it. Strudwick to feed this scrum.
Oh, East down first.
Des Morris there complaining to the referee as the way Strudwick's feeding the ball. If you notice, he's putting it up
over the top.
And sort of this is a complaint I know East have certainly had against Valleys, and Strudwick in particular, and he was very quick to get out of that scrum and complain about it.
Same again, Valley ball. Actually, that come off Trevor Johnson's nose, not his foot.
Actually, what he achieves by that is the ball hits him and actually slides down his leg and straight back through on the Valley side of the tunnel.
Top marks to Strudwick then.
How are those scrums now, Mick?
9-8, Valley's way.
9-8, Valley's way. There's the Valley crew. Gerard Fitzpatrick through. Lindenberg has it.
McQuirk, like a runaway train, but he was well covered.
Alistair McGuinness having a run. Curry. Oh, great tackle from Curry. Mark Zillman. This game really coming alive. Valley's 8, East 7. Critical stage of the game. 12 minutes of play gone second half. Wally Lewis. Lewis is away. Push the kick in. A race for the ball. A try. No.
Oh, he was pushed, going for the ball, and Lewis is saying, I was pushed, sir. And he was pushed badly. Have a look at the instant replay and watch Lewis trying to get it after the short kick, and he is pushed. And the crowd know it too. Bad mistake, that. What do you reckon, Ian?
Well, certainly looked from here that he was either pushed or grabbed by the East player, and certainly a difficult decision for the referee to make at that time.
All right, let's get back to the football. Lindenberg takes the drop out. Alan Mills. Alan Mills. Tackle. And how? Trevor Johnson. John McLeod. The crowd has been in a complete uproar for this whole game. Both teams really turning it on.
Oh, hello, they're having a dance at Lang Park. Tom Duggan and Rod Morris. And Mr. Ward getting square, I'd say, for that one under the post. For mine.
Well, I certainly wouldn't agree with you there. So I don't think referees do that, but quite obvious what that penalty was awarded for. Certainly wasn't going to allow him to play the ball, and a rather silly place for East to do that, right in front of the sticks. They're a point behind, and certainly looks like being 3 points behind now.
Tell you what, Valleys could have gone on to the attack from broken play then.
And Neil has only
they don't want a penalty there.
Neil's only kicked 1 from 6, is that right, Mick? 1 out of 6. But this is going to be the easiest one he's going to have, just about. He had one easy one that he missed.
Whelan's he's missed too.
He won't get, he won't get many closer or easier than this one. And this could make it very interesting. 10 points to 7 means that East have to score a converted try to get back in front. McNeil has no goal. Oh, what a nightmare for McNeil. What a nightmare. Valley's 8, East 7. There it is, 15 minutes of play gone, second half. 8-7, Valley's leading Eastern Suburbs. You're watching 7's Big League.
I think he's missed 4 out of 5, hasn't he, George? I think that's what's...
Is it?
Yeah, so far. Oh, you're allowed to get aggressive, Ian, if you want to. It's the whole idea of it. I back the players, you have to back the referees, that's fair enough.
Al McGuinness. Curry not going in as hard this time, but he has hold of McQuirter.
After that last tackle, I don't think I would either, George.
I wouldn't be able to.
No, Jovi hit hard.
John McLeod has had a great game for Valleys.
Oh, top game.
Don't forget, pal, you've got to give 2 George Simon suits in this game, 1 to each side. So, get your thinking cap on.
Oh, we've got a while to go yet. Tell you what, Whelan's got a few buttons on the suit already. He doesn't...
Oh, picked up. Picked up again.
That was a silly manoeuvre by Valleys. better to take the tackle and have a scrum. They're a little bit offside.
Alan Curry's almost through. Boy, Glover, he runs hard, doesn't he?
Doesn't he ever? Good.
Kamikaze Curry. Rod Morris going on with it. Eastern Suburbs down near the quarterway again. They need a try. They need a try to win this game. Des Morris.
Oh, beautiful tackle.
From Russ Strudwick. Johnny Lang. Great campaigner. Bruce McLeod on the quarterway. Back to Lang. Back to Lindenberg. Lindenberg makes a half break. Gets up again. Out to Frank Roddy. Roddy to mark. Payne. Payne with the speed. Couldn't get the ball inside. Great tackle.
Wally Lewis.
Wally Lewis coming across in perfect cover. Last tackle coming up. Will they kick? Lindenberg shapes the kick. Does. Through goes Holman. He's onside. Alan Mills takes it. And played a restart front of the sticks. Well, can Eastern Suburbs stretch them far enough to score a try?
Well, on that occasion, it looked as though they had. And that's the way they have to throw the ball to stretch them. But see, that spoiling tactics comes into it again, George. They just get there in the tackle. Your fair dinkum could drive a tank through the gaps that appeared after that, but it was no use to them.
Roger Kuhn. Roger the Dodger. Going nowhere. 20 metres inside Fortitude Valley territory. Can Valleys hang on? Or can Eastern Suburbs score a try? Valleys leading by 8 points to 7. We've still got 22 minutes of play remaining. And penalty going to East this time. Ian Smith not going to comment this time. Not game to. Mickle jumped down his throat.
No,
not really, no. That was holding on, wasn't it?
Yes, yes, the same sort of thing. And once again, stupid penalties, really. Right in front of your own sticks. You've got a 1 point advantage, and surely this is throwing it away.
So Jeff McDonald, who came on to replace John Callis. I wonder if we can find Ted Berenkamp on the sideline, but have a look at Struddy at this moment, will you? He is fair dinkum laying down the law in no uncertain terms.
I think he might be talking about the giving away the silly penalties, and the ref might have upset him a little.
What a competitor, Ross Strudwick. Really hates getting beat.
Actually, he's super agitated there, to say the least.
Now he's going to look for a lost shilling on the ground. Jeff McDonald, right smack bang in the middle of the sticks. Back on the quarterway. Breeze behind him. Everything in his favour. Can he kick it? Over! Exactly 20 minutes of play remaining. 9-8. East leading Valleys. You're watching Seven's big league of the 1978 Grand Final from Lang Park. Outside the quarterway by about 4 metres. Alan Curry goes past the ball. John Abbott finishes with it. Can he get it free? He does to Holden. Holden looks for support. 8 metres short of halfway. Lindenberg. I still think a try is important, Mick.
Yes.
A try to either side.
Looks as though East could fire at any minute the way they're going.
Curry going on with it. And how? 20 metres inside Valley territory. Johnny Lang. Past McLeod to Des Morris. Des Morris inside of Backer. Svensson and Morris, the two truck drivers, having a bit of a tete-to-tete. Lang tries the blind, gives it back to Des Morris again. Last tackle, scrum to pack just outside the Valley quarterway.
I thought Svensson might have chased him. He's had his opportunity then and didn't. There's DJ.
Scrum's evening up. Valley's way 9-8. Ball in by Strudwick.
Well, they're getting 50% of the ball anyhow, each side. They've got enough to do something with it.
Very flat back line from Valley's Mick on this occasion, and East. Both with a flat back line. Brad Backer, heaps of speed, but going nowhere. Wally Lewis has hold of him, and so has Peter McQuirter. Lindenberg can't get past Tommy Duggan. Just outside the quarterway. Loses the ball. Valley ball.
Oh, he was injured and he couldn't get up to play it. Lindenberg, he's got the knock on the head.
Valley ball just outside their own quarterway.
Jove, he's dangerous though. Oh. He's unbelievable.
Eastern Suburbs hanging to a 9-8 lead. Alan Mills with room to move. Lang's there. Oh, beautiful covering tackle from Johnny Lang.
and allowed himself to go into touch. Good stuff from Johnny Lang, not too good from Mills.
Lang playing one of his best games, Mick.
Yes, he's out running with the ball and tackling harder. Good to see. Hey?
Once again, this ball's been kicked out by Johnny Lang as the ball's fed into the scrum. He struck for the ball a little early and he kicked the ball out.
Mark Svensson with the tap free. 8 metres inside Eastern Suburbs territory. Svensson, as usual, running himself. Who can score the next try? East lead by 9 points to 8. Trevor Johnson to McGuinness. Once again, it's Curry's job to hang on to him.
Tell you what,
Curry must have been put on to McGuinness.
Hey, I wouldn't be McGuinness for $1 million there.
Strudwick back to McWhirter. Now to Mills over his head. Knock back. Play on. Lang has hold of Mills.
McWhirter delaying the pass too late.
Mark Zillman. You're right, Mick. He doesn't get enough into the game, does he?
No, young Mark.
Yep. Trevor Johnson from dummy half. Oh, he's lucky not to get penalised there. They were inside the 5 metres on that occasion. Ian?
Well, both sides are being very keen at the moment in their defence. And
chip kick from Strudwick. Lindenberg has to let it bounce. It's taken by Svensson. Mark Svensson with 6 to go. East lead by 9 points to 8. East lead by 9 points to 8. Valley's chance. Valley's big chance. Johnny McLeod. McLeod forced into touch.
Great play from Eastern Suburbs.
Great defence.
I tell you what, can't blame McLeod for that one because he was desperately trying to make ground. It is a mistake, but still you can't really blame him. East top marks for their defence.
Ball in by Lindenberg, an important scrum. East lead by 9 points to 8. The scrum only 8 metres from Eastern Suburbs line. Still about 17 minutes of play remaining. Scrum collapses. Penalty Valley.
Pulling it with a hand in.
What do you do, Mick?
Certainly the signal given by referee Ward was that a hand in the scrum there. And once again, another silly penalty. And these penalties should be avoided at this stage of the game.
Keep the pressure on, Mick. Yes, that's what Mills is going to do.
Well, they're that close. I don't think they've been that close before. You take the opportunity, George, and McNeil isn't kicking well.
"16 minutes of play remaining in the game. A chance for Fortitude Valleys. They're down by 9 points to 8. They've got 5 left in this lot of 6, and they're only about 8 metres from scoring. Can Fortitude Valley score from here? Wally Lewis. Lewis into Mark Zillman. That's 2. 4 left in this lot of 6. East 9, Valley 8, the grand final in the balance. Out it goes to Strudwick. McWhirter, Alistair McGuinness. McGuinness, 10 metres out. 3 left in this lot of 6. He's lost the ball. And a scrum.
Oh. Did you see Holman?
I think a penalty could well have been warranted there. Certainly Holman was doing his share to make sure.
I thought Holman was going to distract his front teeth the way he was grabbing at him.
Pulling at him.
East ball from the scrum. Well, a golden opportunity for Fortitude Valley gone, Mick.
Well, they can't help that one, George.
No, but
on that occasion, it was the ref who was controlling that situation.
John Lang from dummy half. Just inside his own quarter. Lindenberg. Rod Morris. Just outside the quarter way. Time ticking away. East 9, Valleys 8. John Abbott. Des Morris, Wayne Lindenberg, shapes the kick, dummies, now to Holman. Holman tries to get away from Strudwick, can't, back to Lindenberg. Lindenberg dancing his way through. Beautiful tackle from Peter McWhirter. "14 minutes of play remaining in the game. And East still lead Valleys by 9 points to 8. A Valley ball from the scrum. Strudwick with the ball. 10 Valleys come back. East leading by 9 points to 8. Valleys have scored 2 tries to 1. There's nothing in the 28 grand final. Alan Mills, Gerard Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick back inside to Mills. Juggles, hangs on, put down.
Tenacious defence from East, George.
Mark Svensson from dummy half. Back to Fitzpatrick. Whelan, Fitzpatrick.
They're going backwards at a great rate of knots, Valleys. Wasted 3 tackles.
Wally Lewis. Lewis breaks one. Way goes the kid. Looking for support. He's a great footballer, that kid.
Aye, he's getting better and better and better.
Oh, he may even get a kangaroo side. You never know your luck in a big city. All the selectors are up here. Out it goes to Zillman. Strudwick, can they score? McGuinness is there. Gives it back to Strudwick. Going on with it. Oh, 6 to go. 6 to go. Alan Mills. Back it goes to... He's lost the ball. Oh, this is getting a bit much.
It is getting a bit much. And Zillman making a mistake there. Crucial time.
9-8. East leading by 9-8. What a grand final. Has been a bottler. Ball in by Lindenberg. Valleys have scored 2 tries to 1, but East lead them by 9 points to 8. Wait for it, a Valley ball. Play on. Alan Mills. Peter McQuarter. McQuarter running. Oh, lovely diving tackle from Greg Holden. McQuarter back to Strudwick. Can Valley soar? Vic Whelan does a gun. Great gun. Out it goes to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick inside to Svensson. Svensson might score. Strudwick. Duggan. Tommy Duggan straightening up. 10 metres out. East 9. Valleys 8. Valleys need to score right now. If they're going to win this game, they've got to score pretty soon. Strudwick. Dummies. Indo. McLeod. McLeod looking for the gap. And Morris says, back you go. Can the Tigers tackle them back? Or can Valley score? East leading by 9 points to 8. The grand final in the balance. McQuarter puts it high in the air. Pressure, pressure, pressure for Kuhn. Down it comes. Everybody's overrun it. John McLeod has it. He's lost the ball. And he scores.
Bad handling and mistakes by Valleys. Both sides there. Heaps of pressure on Kuhn, but he didn't even receive the ball on that occasion. I'm sure he was happy that it hit the uprights. Oh.
Jeff McDonald with the ball.
He's kicked it straight back to Mills.
Why would you do that? Alan Mills. Past McDonald. Doesn't get past Rod Morris. McNeil. Well, you'd think that Valleys were in front, wouldn't you? The way they're going.
Yes.
Very stern Ted Berenkamp in the background there. Strudwick. McQuarter. Zillman. Fitzpatrick. Gets away. Has had a good game.
Yes, but tucking it under his arm far too much now, George.
10 minutes of football left in this grand final, and it's still anybody's game. East 9, Valleys 8. The 78 grand final in the balance. Alistair McGuinness put down by Des Morris. Last tackle coming up, and as we've said all of the second half, the team to score the try should win it. Well, as the time ticks away, that becomes even more critical, doesn't it, Mick?
Well, it certainly does. You're not wrong. I mean, let's face it, Valleys have had heaps of chances in that last 8 to 12 minutes in Eastern Suburbs quarter, and they just couldn't crack East. Top defence from Eastern Suburbs. A little bit of bad luck Valley's way, but you make good luck. You have to be able to make the opening.
East ball, Lindenberg. Loses the ball. McQuarter has it.
Oh, Wally Lewis in back play on Lindenberg. He has copped a ripper. Not nice from the kid, no. Lindenberg was, well, defenceless, and that's not nice to see.
McNeil, the winger, held on to by Jeff McDonald. This is a desperate game. 9 minutes of play remaining. East 9, Valleys 8. The 1978 grand final in the balance.
McQuarter's walking, mate.
McQuarter.
Yeah, very slow.
Penalty against Rod Morris for dislodging the ball.
Oh, dear.
Once again, another silly penalty being given away by...
Strudwick plays on. Another penalty. Hang on this time, says Trevor Johnson. We'll have a kick for goal. Gamesmanship.
Well, a combination of errors there. First of all, we saw the ball being reefed away from the tackle Valleys player. We saw the East players arguing. We then saw Ross Strudwick taking a quick tap, finding the East players well inside the 10 metres, and yet another penalty, and certainly it's advanced some 30 metres from where the original offence took place, and this once again should be a fairly simple kick. It looks like Alan Mills is the one that's going to attempt this kick at goal.
I thought Strudwick might take it himself, but Alan Mills has been called up. Well, what a game, Mick.
Well, I didn't think it would be this close, you know. I was hoping it would be, but there's no doubt about the Valleys players. They've had heaps of luck, but they've frittered away in the last 12 minutes, as I said, heaps of opportunities, basically because of the great defence from Eastern Suburbs. I might add, in the last 17 minutes, I haven't been too impressed with the referee. I know Ian would defend the referees greatly, but Mr. Ward, in this last, 20 minutes, has had a shocker for mine. There it is, it's up and over.
Valleys hit the front. Wayne Roberts is very happy. Valleys 10. East 9.
And a long way to go.
8 minutes of play remaining in the 78 Grand Final. You're watching Sevens Big League.
We have lost here. That's the second tackle.
High in the air. Lewis. Lost the ball. Strudwick has it. Play on. Peter McWhirter. 8 minutes of furious football. Great pressure kick from Alan Mills. It wasn't a hard kick, and that makes it even more pressure on you, Mick, doesn't it?
Yes, but Valleys are throwing it away. They're wasting valuable rucks here by not getting settled in. At least the kid is having a run now, which is good to see, young Mark Zillman.
Johnson, Strudwick. Svensson in for some work.
They look very tired, both sides, don't they?
It's been hot out there, pal, as you know.
Oh, yes.
Duggan. Well, Valleys will give it 140% effort now, and so will Eastern Suburbs. It's going to be a great finish. Valleys 10, East 9 at this present moment. There's a man over. Alan Mills, chased by Payne. Kicked away, picked up by Lindenberg. Eastern Suburbs attempts. Brad Backer. Backer going nowhere. Can he score the try to win the final, or can Valleys hold them out? Valleys 10, East 9. Lang from dummy half. Fires it away. Strudwick's got it. No, Morris has it. A double knock-on.
Things are getting a bit chaotic and desperate out there for both sides, George. Valleys trying to hold on. East desperate to get the ball and quickly score the try, but they came unstuck there. A pity, because they're in a beautiful position.
Strudwick waiting for it to come out. Finally gets it.
I'd say Holborn was nearly offside.
How are those scrums now? They're in front, aren't they?
Yes, 12. I've got them 12-11 Valleys.
What do you got them, Ian?
Oh, sorry.
I'd make East 13-12.
Right, well, it's only one the difference either way, so Johnson's got his fair share of the ball.
Hello.
Johnny Lang.
Tom Duggan copping a bit of a facial massage.
John McLeod. You're going to have trouble finding those two George Simon suit winners, pup.
I got one already.
Righto.
So I'm looking for the other.
Strudwick puts the slipper into it. Roger Kuhn. Can Eastern Suburbs score and win this game, or can Valleys hang on? Brad Backer. Backer gets to Svensson. Svensson ankle taps him. Comes back at him. Eastern Suburbs. Can they score? Valleys lead by 10 points to 9. Greg Holborn. Long one out to Frank Roddy. Roddy straightens up. Through the gap. Couldn't get away. Good cover. Good cover from Johnny McLeod. Kuhn, Holborn, Lindenberg. Bruce McLeod to Alan Curry. Curry inside to Lindenberg. Lindenberg couldn't get the pass to Backer. Strudwick has him. Eastern Suburbs turning it on. Johnny Lang. Lang into Backer. Backer shifts it back to Rod Morris. Back to Lindenberg. They're keeping it alive. Lindenberg to McLeod. McLeod into Holborn. Holborn for the corner. East 12. Valley 10.
What a ripping try. That's the way to play rugby league. Valleys were hitting with everything except the goalpost. They thumped and thumped, but still East unloaded the ball. Just watch it on the instant replay. Really great stuff. And that little guy is like a rabbit without myxomatosis. Greg Olben came out of the ground to back up, and didn't he go for that corner? I've given him a bag. There he is. I've given him a bag during the season for illegal play, and I've given him a rap. But that's a beautiful finish to a ripping movement from Eastern Suburbs. As good a final football as you'll see in a long time.
Oh, great stuff. Look at that! Look at the crowd here. Mick has created a dust storm just about. They haven't got off their feet since the first whistle went. The whole crowd has been standing in the outer, and boy have they got their money's worth.
Well, they did on that occasion.
There they are. They're starting to sit down now because they're getting a bit tired. Rod Morris being called out for a caution. Arthur Alexander on with the magic sponge for the Eastern Suburbs players. That's 2 tries apiece. Eddie Ward talking to Rod Morris and Mark Svensson. And time wave back on again. Ian?
Yes, the caution there was quite obviously, as demonstrated by the touch judge, was for Rod Morris gouging the eyes of an opposition player, and it's a bad habit that unfortunately Rod's developed of recent times, and it's certainly not very sportsmanship.
Couldn't agree more.
And you know what happened there, George? I've got to say this, it's not nice, but Strudwick did that by kicking that ball downfield and giving it to East, who are an attacking side. You don't do that, you hold the damn thing. But he didn't. He kicked it away, and he kicked it to Roger Kewen, who then gave it to Backer, who moved away beautifully.
This is a very important kick. If McDonald can kick this one, Valleys have to score a converted try to win. If he doesn't kick it, the diehards can come back in the next 3 minutes, score a try, and win the game. So McDonald from the sideline.
Oh.
The Tigers supporters will let you know if he's kicked it.
Or they can kick a penalty and we have a draw.
Oh, no. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. McDonald from the sideline.
It looks beautiful.
Oh!
It's there.
What a kick! Oh, that was a great goal. That was a great goal. So Valleys have to score a converted try. The grand final in the balance. 3 minutes of play remaining. East 14, Valley 10. You're watching Sevens Big League. Can the diehards do it? Can the diehards score a converted try? Eastern Suburbs in front, 14-10. They've got the ball. Away goes Lindenberg to the halfway line. He's had another great game. Johnny Lang at dummy half. Lang runs away from dummy half. Pull down. Eastern Suburbs will play percentage stuff now, I reckon, big fellow. What do you think?
Oh, they'd have to. Just hold on and run as far as you can. Although they're passing it very dodgily there in the tight of the ruck. But they should just make their own pace now, East, just like that. Abbott, been quiet today, George.
Yes, he has.
And
Valleys have stolen the ball. Can they do it? John McLeod. Up the middle. Pull down. 8 metres short of halfway. 2 minutes of play remaining. East lead by 14 points to 10. Vic Whelan. Whelan held. 9 metres short of halfway. Fortitude Valley need a converted try to win the 78 flag. Can they do it? Peter McQuarter. Des Morris throwing himself into this game like never before in this last 2 minutes. East 14, Valley 10. Both teams have scored only 2 tries. The goal kicking has made the difference. Mark Zillman on the halfway line. It's unfortunate for the young fellow on the wing, Mick, because he's had a great game, Mick Neal, and during the semis he's kicked magnificently, hasn't he? Wally Lewis to Neal. Can he score? In a touch.
he has had a great game. And
he's
there again, you can see him there setting a man up beautifully and does it so naturally. There's McNeil, who he set up, and McNeil, as you said, has created his own opportunities, George, today.
That's right.
So has Whelan.
Very important scrum for Fortitude Valley. 1.5 minutes of play remaining in this 78 final. And the Valleys need the ball to win it. East. Oh, is that a knock on?
I think he knocked it backwards.
Right. East have the ball, so Michael, you might start doing everything.
Oh, it's been a great final, no doubt about it. East have deserved to win it with that last bit of a burst of football, which is good as I've seen any team play under pressure, particularly when Valleys were hammering them with everything. The cover kept coming because they got the man over for Holborn to score. There's been some grand individual efforts. For Valleys, I think Whelan's played the game of his life. Powerful, running, and really had a superb game. McQuirter a little slower today at 5'8". I think he was nursing an injury. Struddy was always there, the rat. He tried to get Valleys going and couldn't. There it is. They've won it, and the kids run onto the field.
14-10, Eastern Suburbs have defeated Valleys in the 1978 Grand Final.
And what a ripping final it's been. It's had everything. It had left the Sydney Grand Final for dead. Not only that, I think both these teams played lots better football, and I'll be disappointed if some of these guys don't make a Kangaroo Tour. Abbott, I was a little surprised, didn't have a stronger game today, but I think he's still a strong contender for the Kangaroo Tour. But getting to the game itself, Lindenberg, who was supposed to be, or did have a virus, played superbly. Absolutely spot on. He's a genius with the ball and showed it this afternoon when he was under pressure. Rod Morris and John Lang played quite well for East in the forwards, and Des Morris, the old captain, was always around there, George, when he was needed. The centres for East were quiet today, didn't get the opportunity I thought they would. At the full-back, Roger Kewen was quite dodgy for the first half, didn't see much of him in this second half. For Valleys, well, they're out, but they went out in a great style. They got to the final the hard way. Congratulations to them for just getting there, George, I think, this season. Won't go any further ahead. There's two more guys to say something. I've given the George Simons to Vic Whelan, the centre for Valleys, and I've given the suit to the little halfback.
Wayne Lindenberg.
Wayne Lindenberg, I think he really deserved it, and he could have got two suits the way he played. He really got those Eastern Suburbs players firing.
Ian, many thanks for coming up. We wish you best in your retirement. Fly your light aeroplane around. I might pick you up sometime. Any other final score? The 1978 Rugby League Grand Final from Lang Park in Brisbane. East 14, Valleys 10. You'll see highlights next on 7 National News. George Doniger
And Mike Vevers.
And Ian Smith. Good afternoon.